Everybody, welcome back to the Ducks Quack Show. Once again, this is episode 22, I believe. We have a couple of newbies to the show today, a little bit of a throwback episode in a way. Of course, as usual, head coach Sean Falzone, just a few days away from the start of camp. Welcome back, Coach.
Thank you.
And our new assistant coach, Mario Lucica, is back in town. You've been here for a few days. Welcome to your first Quack Show, Mario.
Thanks for having me.
And a real blast from the past, kind of interesting. He was our former Ducks announcer, and now, I guess we can announce it today, the current Ducks play-by-play announcer on Hockey TV, Matt Panier. Welcome back.
Jimmy, good to see you again. Looking forward to being back.
Yeah, it's we're really excited to have your voice over some of our goals this year. Hopefully, a few more to call this year than last year. So we're going to start out with, as usual, the head coach. Just been brought to my attention. I guess we should first of all say happy birthday, Coach. Hope you had a great day and things are going well for you today.
Yeah, I'm definitely been busy all day, but it's just another birthday. That's all it is.
Yeah.
After 21, that's all they are.
Yeah.
Around 25 if you want to rent a car.
So the Ducks are officially back, I believe, on Saturday. That's kind of an orientation day. It's hard to believe that we're down to days now. It's been kind of a long off season and things finally starting to get back to normal here. As usual, the week or two before camp opens, it's a little hectic in the arena. A lot of stuff needs to be put away. I guess that's part of the coaching regimen that people don't really see, but it's pretty busy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot because you're also here getting everything set up for Ducks with their billets. You're here getting everything set up for Ducks for the season with the sponsors. And at the same time trying to set up the office and the boys' locker room and get their gear set up and figuring out what you're missing, what you're not missing. It's been a very long week. Let's just put it that way, for sure.
Yeah, you really kind of have to hit the ground running once you get back into town. Like I said, I was up there the other day. I saw a lot of boxes and stuff sitting there, stuff that needs to be organized. But I guess it's something that you do proudly because it means that you're on the eve of another hockey season. And, just to touch on it once again, I know that you're pretty excited. We're coming off an abysmal kind of season, but we're facing the right direction right now. And you've been pretty excited every time I've talked to you.
Yeah, I mean, I was nervous, and then we had the tryouts, and all the boys that signed showed up. And after watching them skate, I came out a lot more confident and excited about the season. My nerves calmed down. We improved in all different areas. We added some more size, had some more goal scorers, and I think this year will be a bigger impact for the Ducks. And I think we got the right players in line to do it, and the right coaches. So I mean, I can't. I'm excited for it. I'm ready to get going. I especially can't wait the Saturday to get everybody here and get these guys, and then of course start getting them in training and getting them ready to go for the season.
Yeah. Matt, you've kind of seen this sort of thing before where, a player that was maybe a role player the year before comes back and, like I say, like a Chris Vella or something like that, all of a sudden, they're happy to have that weight on their shoulders. So that's what we're looking for from a lot of our returners.
Yeah, the maturity is a big thing. With the Ducks being such a young team last year, it was very evident that there was some talent on the roster, but it's more so getting the experience and getting their legs under them. Chris Vella is a great example of that.
Yeah.
A guy who was just a youngster and he was taken under the wing, pun intended if you want it there, taken under the wing of a lot of the older players, your Colin Crosses, Yari Knightenbachs, the Hefners, and just sort of learn how to become a leader. And you can see that a lot out of the current Ducks players as well. I look at a guy like Jaden Schwartz, who I think was a really fantastic player last year, and really look forward to seeing how a guy like him develops into the role as a leader, as a scorer, as a guy in the dressing room. There seem to be those voices on that Ducks roster now. Obviously, I wasn't in the dressing room or around the team much last year, but seeing them from a distance, you could see that there are definitely some players that are going to be able to step into that role.
Yeah, you're right. And some of the leaders that we had last year, they didn't rack up a lot of points, but they come in with the bar set high by themselves. I talked to Kachuk at the camp there last week, and he said he wants the record. He wants to be the highest scoring Ducks player of all time, and he's a guy that could do something like that. So it's good to see. Mario, what's it been like for you this week? Just kind of getting used to the role of an assistant coach. You're in a new community and getting used to things. Are things going pretty smooth for you?
Yeah, it's been a transition, a little bit of an adjustment period, but all in all, getting to know everybody and everybody's really nice. I'm excited to get hockey going. I'm itching to get on the ice with the guys so we could start going at it and working hard.
Yeah. Coach Falzone, it was very evident in Crystal Lake that you and Mario really are on the same page pretty much on everything. You agree with each other. What kind of role do you see Mario playing on the team this year?
Yeah, Mario's coached me in the past when we had some teams in that one Nihil championship stuff in Illinois. And so we've been on the same page, not to mention he's my son. So it kind of makes it a little easier for me to know he knows my coaching style. He knows everything I've done.
Right.
Just like Anthony, they both can, if you ask them questions, they could probably repeat my whole speech to you. So it brings in, it brings in help. It brings in somebody I trust. We had great coaches, but it brings in somebody that I know personally at a level that's a little bit different than everybody else. And he brings in that extra push to it. And I know he's excited, so he brings in that excitement to get back on the ice and back behind the bench with us. And he still gets the opportunity to come up here and work with Coach Rody. Rody's coming in and out, so he'll get the opportunity to be with him again. And he actually played with Rody when they were younger. And so we've been a group that's been together for a while. It's just kind of been separated. So now we're all coming back together and ready to push forward and see what we can do with the Ducks and see if we can improve them.
Okay. Do you see any sort of specific responsibilities? He's looking after defense or offense, special teams, anything like that?
Well, we'll figure that one out here soon. It's just a matter of what players we got and which ones he connects with first. I want to make sure he can take either one of them over, right? And it's not he can run both sides. He played defense, he knows offense, so he's the guy that I can put in either area there, and we'll see which one he flows with better. It's a matter of how he connects with the guys, and so far it's been great. After tryouts, all the boys were really excited to have him, and they opened up to him right away, and hopefully they can keep moving that forward, and we'll see if defense listens better or offense listens better to him. So we'll find out.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that can be better if you don't have sort of a specialty type coach, because they can fill in wherever's needed. It sounds like Coach Lachika, you're pretty comfortable anywhere.
Yeah. I played offense. I played forward for Central States teams. Both languages are very fluid with me. It's just a matter of who kind of gets my way of coaching a little bit better. And I'm really looking for the hardworking players there. I'm not looking for the best guys, and that'll shine through regardless of talent. So
Okay.
I'm eager to get the boys on the ice here.
Right. And with the family connection, you're already more or less familiar with the guys on the team. You were very comfortable around them at the camp, and they seem to like you a lot. So that's a really good thing.
Yeah, it was cool getting to know everybody and putting some names to faces. I just got to see who signed and whatnot, but now I get to actually know the players, meet them, kind of get a feel for how they are around the rink and outside of it.
Okay. So Matt Panier, for anybody who is maybe a newer viewer, they might not be familiar with Matt. Like Coach Falzone, Matt Panier is an original with the Dallas Ducks. He was the team's first announcer, and I am completely, totally unbiased when I say that he is the best announcer in the U.S.
Unbiased. Come on, Jimmy.
He's great. He's made some of our biggest calls, including the Bush Cup Championship. I replay that on Facebook at least once a year, Matt. Just love listening to you call that. Is what kind of things stick out for you in your time with the Ducks? I think it was probably about 5 or 6 years, right?
Yeah, when Coach Falzone began the team back there in 2010, it was quite an experience. You had guys like Aiden Verbecki and Tyler Pekka who were just lighting it up left and right. And just it was such a good time. It was such a neat experience just to come in there and learn more about junior hockey, learn more about the USPHL as it was at the time, the MNJHL. And it seemed like for about 5 or 6 years in a row there, we changed the name of the league every year. So I had to try to keep up with that, whether it was the MJ Minnesota division or the USPHL 3 or Elite or whatever have you. It just continued to change. But, just meeting a lot of the kids along the way. It's so rewarding to see, even if just being a bystander, just rewarding to see how those young men have grown up and gone on and done things in hockey or outside of hockey. I caught up with former Devils Ducks captain Ian Wood last year, came to a game in Chicago and just, got to chat with him very quickly on what he's up to. He's making a career now. He's done playing hockey. But, he's developed into a good young man who's out there doing exactly what he's got to do with his life. So just to be a part of the program that really teaches kids that, there's hockey, it's important, but there's a lot more in life that you guys are going to get out of this. And seeing what the kids do eventually get out of playing junior hockey and learning the discipline and going to school and making something of themselves, it's an incredible thing to witness.
Yeah. Another thing, again, people may not be aware of this. Matt has a really extensive announcing background. He does I don't know if you call it play-by-play, but he has an oval background in stock car racing, runs a series, a Midwest series, and does a lot of the sort of play-by-play at the tracks. And you developed your love of hockey, I believe, in your home city of Green Bay, where there's quite a rich hockey heritage there too.
Yeah, St. Omer College, my brother-in-law played there, and I was fortunate to get to watch them. Those were sort of their breakout years before they started winning national championships, where they finally went to the Frozen Four and unfortunately came up pretty short because they were still not quite playing the style of game they needed to keep up with the teams from out east. And just eventually kept up with them while I went to school there, watched St. Norbert eventually win a championship after I graduated, and just became very eager to become part of hockey programs. So when I was living in Wisconsin Dells and found out that there was going to be a junior team, I had announced a few Fox Cities Ice Dogs games prior to that. I thought, man, this would be fun to do. This would be something to keep the winters busy. Just never really realized what it would end up developing into, forming a relationship with Coach Falzone, yourself, with John Schwartz, who obviously owns a few teams inside the league. And, thankfully, after I did leave Wisconsin Dells, I was still able to hook up with a couple of teams. I announced Wisconsin Rapids for a couple of years. And then the last 2 years down in Chicago, was able to keep tabs with everybody and keep an eye on all the teams around the league. And it's just been a lot of fun.
Yeah. And the nice thing that the fans are really we do have a pretty good fan base on hockey TV, because a lot of our players come from out of state. And the one thing that you're going to get this season is a guy who is very prepared. It was always amazing before games. He had sheets of paper, and he loved going over stats and things like that in games. And Coach, that's going to be really good. He's going to make our games sound good, and he's going to really highlight our players.
Oh, tell me about it. I was so excited when I saw him. I got to talk to him. I was like, I want you back. What do we got to do? Matt was great. He came in and he brought an extra excitement to the team. And, it sounds like it's not much as an announcer, but that's the person that your fans have listened to, the fans want to be excited with. And, when they get into it like he does and has the knowledge base that he has, which is amazing. It's fun, and I think it's I know the fans that are new and don't know him, like my Texas kids and everything else like that.
Yeah.
They're gonna be thrilled, and
Yeah.
I'm so excited for them to, they get to hear him and see what he knows and see how he does it. And it's been great. I'm looking forward to it definitely this year.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Lots of great memories, Matt. Anything from that first season with Coach Falzone that sticks out for you?
A couple of things. I thought it was pretty neat. Before we even started doing any of this, Coach brought the team over to Dells Raceway Park for one of our last races, and the kids showed up with the jerseys. They all looked well prepared, and they handed out tickets and just kind of got to mix and mingle with the fans. And we're actually going to try to do that again this year. It'll be a little bit further into the season. It'll be on the 26th. You mentioned, Jim, my racing series is going to be at the Dells, the Tundra Super Late Model Series. On the 26th, it's a Sunday. The Ducks will have played 2 games. I believe the Cougars are in town that weekend. So then Sunday, we'll have the team out there at the racetrack mixing and mingling with the fans. I thought that was just a really neat way to get the team kind of involved with the community. That first season, I'd have to say trying to announce the name Hetty's Pleskachofs is probably one of my favorite things. I remember the Ducks had a real tendency to come back late in games. You'd have, I can't remember if it was Rebecca or if it was Pekka or if it was both of them. I think scored like 3 goals in the last 3 minutes of a game and ended up coming back on somebody and winning in overtime. The cardiac Quacks were born that year, which I thought was a lot of fun. But, like I said, we just had a lot of fun. We learned a lot about the game of hockey that year and junior hockey in particular. One thing that is a lot nicer now is we have a better viewpoint of the hockey rink. That was something that Aaron Kirby took care of for us a couple of years into the show. We were standing right on the goal line down on that far side, which made it very nice when the puck was down there, but very challenging when the puck was down on the other end. So that's very helpful, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Going from that goal line just over the Zamboni there. That was interesting. We had one of the things that I remember about that first team and probably our first couple of years is we had a lot of really good young players like you mentioned for Becky and Pekka, but we were not a team to be messed with either. We had some guys that it was a different type of junior league back then, and we had some guys that could answer the bell, and I always thought that was something that you and I really liked.
Yeah, that was you hit the nail right on the head, Jimmy. Junior hockey was a lot different. What is that, about 10 years ago now? Than it is currently. That shift kind of went away about 5 years ago. But it's like that in the NHL game too. You hear a lot of people talk about that, where where's the fighting, where's the checking, where's the this, where's the that. It's just the way hockey's changed across the board, and it's not a terrible game. It's not worse. It's just different. Do we like to watch kids throw the hands a little bit every once in a while? Sure. I'm sure the parents don't dig it all that much. Depends if they're into that with their kid or not. But we sure saw some slobber knockers through our few years there. I'd definitely say that.
Yeah, that was the type of team that Coach Falzone liked to have. And we are going to be. It sounds like we are going to be bigger this year. We're maybe not quite as willing to drop the gloves, but we're certainly going to make the people who want to stand in front of the net pay a little bit higher price this season, which is something that I'm kind of excited about. And Coach Falzone, you really, like you said, you kind of got your first real look at them a couple of weeks ago, but you're pretty excited, I know, for the start of the season, aren't you?
Yeah, we definitely added some size in the background there. So, you got Logan Deneen that came in, and that boy is just huge. I think 3/4 of the group in the back are over 6 foot tall. So it brings in that strength, and they have the weight to help push them around, which is one thing that thought we a little lacked last year. But we got speed back still. We still got Jaden Kachuk out there ready to go. I brought in a couple other guys, the local Wisconsin boy Cartland, or not local, but Wisconsin boy Cartland. I mean, he brings in a whole new aspect of the game, and he can definitely find a back of net. And we added a couple more guys that can move really good with Jaden. And I think the game's gonna change for us for sure. I came in last year, and I think that was a little bit my fault, not expecting the league, not knowing what to expect with this league. Coming from the Minnesota Junior Hockey League, and then getting here was two different worlds. And like we said, the game has definitely changed. But now we brought in more of adaptive. I mean, we definitely lost some guys that we love and hope they do very well for themselves. But this time we're bringing in some more that could bring it in, and then bringing back the veterans that know me, that already played for me, I think brings a big advantage. They know my game. They know how I run the bench. They know how I want things done. And you can see that during tryouts. It was a different world than even the beginning of the season last year. And even the new guys coming in could see it, and they loved it. So I think we're getting ready. It's just a matter about getting them, make sure they're ready for being on the ice. That is the conditioning part and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm very excited about this season.
Awesome. Yeah, you mentioned Cartland, one of the top scorers in the WIA last year, and that's something I'm really happy about. Is a lot stronger Wisconsin connection. I think it's only going to help, with the fan support and stuff like that, to have some strong. We've had some strong Wisconsin players in the past, but this might be one of the best we've ever had, from KMMO or Kettle Marine,
Yeah.
McWanago, Oconomowoc, I think it is. So yeah, good WIA connection there, and it's going to be very exciting. I can't wait. Matt, we're going to see you really soon. You'll be here for opening weekend, I believe.
Yep, September the 17th. Let's do it.
Yeah, against the Rum River Mallards. The team will head out of town the week before for 3 games in the Motor City. They're going to play, I believe they're playing the Detroit Fighting Irish twice, with a game against the Motor City Hockey Club in between. So that's a good way to get going. And the Mallards were probably our biggest rival last year, and a team that we never really got a chance to do battle with. And looking forward to that in our first 2 games. The team will be in town, as we said, this weekend. They're going to be doing an orientation with a cookout and stuff like that on Saturday. Unfortunately, that prevents us from being able to go support Chris Pelisek, one of our biggest fans, also a penalty box guy. He's done goal judge stuff before. He's going to be doing the what do you call it? The Wreckham race, or the
Demo Derby,
Demolition Derby.
Yeah.
At the Boston Fair, and he's dedicating his car to Kelly Morris, who unfortunately left us last season. Pelisek, a big fan of the Ducks and a big fan of the Morris family. We wish him well at the Boston Fair. We wish we could come and cheer you on, Chris. Unfortunately, that's our opening day, so we won't be able to do that. And Matt already mentioned at the end of September, the team will be at DRP, and I think what I like about that is that DRP is a very local facility. It's a lot of local people go there, like in the Dells in the summer. It's very much like a sort of a Chicago hangout, but DRP is a very local area. So the fans will be able to, or the players will be able to interact with Dells and Linden and Reedsburg and Boston area people, and hopefully get them interested in the team. I'll throw it to you, Coach, if you have anything else that you want to mention, and then we can just go around the table.
No, we're just excited to get going. Matt, good to have you back. And like I said, I'm excited about that. I'm very happy about having Mara join us this season, and
Yeah,
we're ready to move forward, and got to get the rink up here and going. But we are going to have the players start doing that next week, and we're ready to go. I mean, I can't say I'm excited about everything. It's been a very long summer, and I'm ready to get the season going for sure.
yeah.
So definitely thanks.
Yeah. Coach Chica, anything else?
No, just to echo Coach Coach Sean here was,
Yeah,
you know, there's a lot of preparation going into it, a lot of planning, and we're just eager to start getting this ball rolling so we can get on the ice,
yeah,
get out there and win some games.
yeah. We're really pumped to have you on the staff this year, Mario. And Matt, Pena, have you anything else you want to add before we head out?
Oh, no, I'm just excited to see the culture that the Ducks are building down there in the Dells. It was very, very noticeable from the second that Coach Falzone took the team over that something special is brewing, and I'm just happy that I get to be part of it again.
Yeah. All right, so we'll call this an episode. The players will be, as I said, will be in town starting Saturday. I believe starting Monday, they'll be doing dryland training. And part of the first week of hockey practice is the players will be involved. Obviously, Aaron Kirby will be the main man, but the players will once again be involved in helping with putting the ice in at the Lake Delton Ice Arena. So they're going to be kind of taking ownership of the rink this year. And we're looking forward to getting some pictures of that, and we'll keep you all updated. So thanks, everybody. Good luck this weekend to the staff, and we'll be seeing you on the ice real soon.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jimmy.